It is time for viewer comments. This is where I pretty much open up the floor. A lot of people got a lot of things to say, a lot of comments going back and forth about what is going on at the University of Arkansas. Big day today, signing day for a lot of high school recruits. We're going to go over a few of those. But if you're joining for the first time, what I always like to do, I give it a second to kind of let the chat room kind of build up so people can be a part of the show. And I always let people join the show as well. So if you got 2 cents, anything that's on your mind, and you want to let us know what you think about what's going on up there on the hill, all you have to do is ask me to join by sending me an email. You see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen. It is williams.dj45@gmail.com. I'll send you a link to join the show. And now the Razorback game is going on right now. It's at halftime. Hogs up big, 47-29. I'm going to keep that going at the bottom of the screen so y'all can be updated with the score as things go on. So yeah, Ryan Silverfield made his appearance at the basketball game today. Get everybody all fired up, ready to go. That was exciting to see. And if you want to join the show, as always, all you have to do is hit me up. Appreciate you. Don't go live during the game. Hey, it's just I get it. I get it, Gary. You know, I'm always going to put the comments up, and so Gary doesn't want to go live during the game, and I understand. It's just difficult. This is the time that we're going to do it. We may adjust for football season, but I haven't really put that out there yet, and so we'll kind of play with that for our viewer comments and try to avoid going on while the game is happening. But you can see we do have that pulled up for you right now on the screen, so you can see the score. They're in halftime right now. But yeah, if you want to join the show, quick and easy, all you have to do is shoot me an email. You see it right there on the bottom of the screen, just to williams.dj45@gmail.com. Once you shoot me that email, I will send you a link to be a part of the show. But let's go ahead and get to recruiting, National Signing Day, okay? Very curious to see what the future looks like for the Razorbacks, okay? 15 total commits happened today, or were signed today. 0 5 stars. We had 3 4 stars. The 4 stars being Danny Bill out of Cross County, Anthony Kennedy out of Little Rock Christian, and TJ Hodges, running back, first year at Bryant. Okay, those are our 3 4 stars. Now, Ja'Cory Smith was a 4 star, and I guess dropped at some point. He's the linebacker out of Park. No, sorry, he was at Parkview, transferred to Bryant. He was committed to Oklahoma, switched last minute, and now he's going to be a Razorback. So 15 commits. The rest were all 3 stars. ADJ, you watch Club 520. What does that mean? I'm not sure what that means. Appreciate all the comments coming in. What do you think the high school state games? What do you think of the high school state championship games? What's up, Alex Shirley? I'm pumped up about them. So if you want to hang out with us at 4th and 5, there's going to be a big weekend for high school state championship games going on. And so we'll be there. We're going to only be able to cover 3 of these, okay, timing wise. So we can't be there for 2A, okay? And so we are going to be there for the 7A state championship. We're going to be live outside the stadium 90 minutes before kickoff between Bryant and Benton. And then Saturday, we're going to cover the 2 games, 5A and 6A state championships, 90 minutes before kickoff. Not sure he delivered on that, at least not yet. All quality players. Do a show with us, DJ. Pink Collective. So I bumped into a representative of yours. You know who I'm talking about. I would love to do a show. We'll get that set up. It's just busy. We're kind of wrapping up end of the year, trying to figure out what to do moving forward as far as what 4th and 5 looks like for an entire year, and not just football. How many commits from Arkansas? Ooh, I'd have to pull that up. I could probably take a look real quick if I still have that pulled up. I think I maybe took that down. Here we go. So let's go to the commitments. All right. So we got Danny Bill, Arkansas. Terry Hodges, Arkansas. Anthony Kennedy, Arkansas. Daquan Prevo, he's a receiver up there in Bentonville, Arkansas. Ja'Cory Smith, Arkansas. Then we go Durant, Oklahoma for a defensive end, the number 1 defensive end. I thought he was ranked a little bit higher, 6'5", 220. He is one of the top players in Oklahoma. Then you got Conway, Georgia, South Carolina. So let me just count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 out of the 15 commits were all from Arkansas. All right. Appreciate you becoming a member, all SEC member. I want to say this too, and I apologize for a lot of people who have signed up This year, we just went out of the gate with 4th and 5. We started trying to do live on location shows for the first time, and it was a lot. Okay, it's been a lot of fun. We've learned a lot. We've made some mistakes, and I think we've gotten better week in and week out. But what came with that is it went a lot faster than we intended. I love the growth. We're looking at our numbers, and I think we're moving in the right direction. And so I'm pumped up for us and what the future looks like for 4th and 5. But you joined as a member, okay? So I'll tell you this: we're really working on some really cool content in the off season to really cater to the people who decide to join membership. Most of that will be the behind the scenes thing, and I tell you, it is fun. It's pretty wild. But the cool thing about it is, um, I don't want this show to ever become something that we just do alone and we only put out content that we think is good. We really want the input from our viewers, okay? What do y'all want? What works? What doesn't work? And I think that'll always keep us fresh and up to date with what is relevant for Razorback fans. And people who become members, you're going to be a part of that planning process with us, okay? So we'll have you join in the live shows as we kind of get into the what does this week look like and get input from y'all, okay? So it's almost like we're trying to ask y'all to be members, for you, but we want it for us as well. I think that's a really unique way to try to build a community. Let me go and get that score back up for some people right now and switch this over there. I'm going to check my email here in just a second because I do want to know, what do you think about the recruiting so far? I also have something that was interesting that popped up when it comes to the recruiting aspect of things. Let me see what Michael said. Michael said that there may be a surprise today, but it hasn't happened yet. At least Otis Kirk said that. Any idea who that might be? I mean, the only name that popped up would have been Kane Archer, but he's already signed. Outside of that, has Matthew Nelson signed to Oklahoma? I really want that kid. Somebody do that research for me real quick because I kind of get some things squared away right here. Matthew Nelson, because I don't think he's ready yet, but with some offseason training, I think he'll be a fun person to hang out with here at Arkansas. Kathy Bone. All right, here we go. Let me go ahead and send you a link, Kathy. I see you in my email. I'll send you a link. I'll let you join the show, and we're going to hear what you got to say. Okay. Oh. All right, sorry. How do you do this reply? And this will be a quick one. I know the game's going on. The game just started back up. Second half. Man, Arkansas dominating Louisville right now. 51-32. You got to be pumped up about that. Outscore them in the first half, 47-29, and coming out rolling. Said that's a really good spot for Arkansas Razorback basketball. And that's the thing, too. We got to find our lane now. And so a lot of people have been asking us to do basketball. Dang it. Matthew Nelson signed. Okay. All right. Yeah. I see everybody commenting right now. I see you, Miss Donna. I really like that kid. I don't know what Otis is referring to. So, Miss Kathy Boone, I sent you an email. Go hit that email and you can join the stream. Yeah, as far as basketball season now thing, a lot of people are curious, why don't you do basketball? And, I just, my guys, we've talked about it. We feel like our lane is really football, okay? And I really do believe that football is something that people can follow year round. And so that's going to be the direction that we primarily go. Now, obviously, we're going to keep up with the Hogs of basketball and baseball too. But as far as the in-depth breakdowns and everything, my big thing is what's the future look like, okay? And so as soon as they assemble the staff, we're going to start talking about this. All these players that signed, you see these players, all 15 of them, and there will be much, much, much more. We're going to start looking at film of all these kids, and we're going to let you know what you could potentially expect for them. We'll give you an idea of who we think will play a true freshman year and who needs to develop. The scary part is nowadays, if you have kids develop, you're worried about them leaving because they get their feelings hurt. Very curious to see how Silverfield is going to navigate that world. Hopefully he gets that figured out. But the hard part with these high school kids is all they post are their highlights, okay? Highlights can be deceiving, okay? It kind of takes me to when we were trying to break down Shaq McCrory when he came to Arkansas. It was so hard to find highlights to give an honest opinion of what he was bringing to the table because all his highlights were running game. We didn't see one passing play. And so that made us worry, what's his pass pro look like? And then we ended up seeing a little bit of it. Okay, so we're going to try to do our due diligence and try to figure that out. We got Chris here saying, DJ, you found a great winning formula for you. I hope that's the case, So I think what we do is great during the season, but after the season, oh Lord, this is where I think our members are really going to help us figure out how to get this thing moving forward. Great question right here from Alex Surley. Do you think we keep KJ? I hope so. I think it's going to depend on what coordinator comes in, which I'm surprised he has not named yet. I felt like I would have heard it if it happened. Now, if it's already in the works, I'm just not aware. It's been a long day. Um, but I think that's the biggest thing for Razorback fans. What they need to look at moving forward is the coordinators. Who's he? What's the staff going to look like? Because he's not a play caller. He's not a defensive play caller or offensive play caller. He leans on his staff. He pushes them with the direction he wants to go, the philosophy of the team, and he gets the players to play at a level that suits the way he wants his football team to be. But he is somebody who really leans on his staff. All right, so that's going to be the first thing that we're paying attention to at 4th and 5. Try to keep you covered. I am curious as well, my fine folk here. What is y'all's thoughts been on the response from Alex Ryan Silverfield being the new head coach? We at 4th and 5, we don't really sit down outside of viewer comments, which we lean more towards y'all joining the show. So once again, if you want to join the show and let us know your thoughts about everything that's going on, now would be the time. Just shoot me an email. You see it right there. We don't like to so much hop on and give emotional responses. That's just not our lane. Now, I know that resonates with a lot of viewers. That resonates with a lot of fans. For some people who do what we do as far as covering the Razorbacks, but yeah, we kind of we prefer to stay away from that. Just because I know when he first got hired, a lot of people hopped online, they hopped on their podcast, they hopped on their shows. And, I think a lot of them really do resonate with a lot of Razorback fans. But me personally, I didn't see the big uproar and just everybody being angry that Silverfield was the head coach, just looking at the big picture of things. I think once the dust has settled, a lot of people have started to kind of relax a little bit and calm down and realize it's not so much about Ryan Silverfield. But yeah, just very curious, our approach. Is that something you like, or do you want us to give a little bit more raw emotion response to things? I'm just curious. I don't know if we will do that. Just trying to get feedback from our people. All right, here we go. Kathy Boone, I see you setting your camera up. Look almost ready. Can you turn that sideways for me real quick? I see you backstage. Can you turn your phone sideways? Is that possible? To where it's long view? Yeah. Well, your camp. There it is. All right, here we go. I'm about to pop you up. Screen not shown. Hold on one second. I can't pull you up for 1 second. Give me a second. Hide other sources. I'm gonna get you up here, okay? There you are. Let me hide this one real quick. 1 second. Remove that. Boom. How are you doing, Kathy?
I'm good. I'm just wondering, since we're flipping all these people, does that mean we've got a lot more NIL money that they're giving them?
You asked a really good question. Okay. And Kathy, I've been thinking about this a lot, okay? And I have a theory. You ready for this?
All right.
I don't know how it's going to resonate for a lot of people, and I don't know the validity of this, but I've been sitting back, and I have been very surprised as well about how many of these players flipped so quick, okay? And you got to think, I've talked to a lot of these players. I've driven out to their place. I've sat down with them and had conversations with most of them. And, my biggest thing is like, why not Arkansas? Why not Arkansas? And they all talked about the lack of relationship with Arkansas. And, obviously I do know the money is a thing. I know they don't want to say that, but I really do believe them, Kathy, when they talk about the relationships. Okay. So this is something I do know, but I need to confirm, and I don't even know if I want to confirm. The one thing that all of these players have in common, you ready for this?
All right.
Is a guy that goes by the name of Alfred Davis. So Alfred Davis used to play at Arkansas. Then he ended up being the defensive line coach at Missouri, a school that was on the radar for a lot of these players. But then he ended up not coaching his final year this past year. And so that's when Danny Bill said he's going to Oklahoma State. Anthony Kennedy commits to Miami. But then TJ Hodges stays at Missouri. So you got all these players that I know have a really good relationship with Alfred Davis. Okay. So here's my theory. Okay. And this isn't going to, I think, I'm not trying to take anything from Ryan Silverfield. I don't know how much he had to do with those players flipping. I really feel like Al Davis has something to do with this because I think he wants to end up at Arkansas. Okay, that's just what I'm thinking. And so, to answer your question, I really don't know if it's so much about the money, but I think it's more about the potential of them wanting him to be at school and play with that guy for relationships.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think you have a little echo. I'm going to take care of that. You have a little echo? I got you.
No.
Okay, somebody told me you have a little echo. I'm about to take care of that real quick.
Well,
Uh,
at least the
you think
basketball team is kicking butt tonight, so that's good.
basketball team's kicking butt. That is 56-42 right now. You got a people. Where are you from, Kathy?
Clinton.
Clinton, home of the Yellow Jackets. Isn't it something
Yes.
like that? Oh
Yes.
Lord, what's your favorite sport? Basketball, football, or baseball for the Razorbacks?
Oh, I like football and basketball pretty much, and I've become a baseball fan. Um, but man, I like them both. I played basketball, but I love football. So, you know, I just like this all sports. I like
What
them all.
what position did you play in basketball?
I was a guard.
Okay. Okay. There you go. There you go. Nice little guard. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Real quick, how many wins do you think football will have next year?
Ooh, man. I hope we have at least six. I really do. You know, maybe a bowl game. That's probably very optimistic, but I don't know much about this guy, and so, but if he's getting all these players, and what kills me is we have all these players on this past team. They've made it to college football, but they act like they don't know how to play. I'm just
Mm.
it just blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind. And because you hear all the commentators going, they're terrible. And I'm like, well, how did they get to play football in college if they're so bad?
Yeah. It's frustrating
It
sometimes.
is
It is
very
frustrating sometimes.
uh,
How long you been a Razorback fan?
oh gosh, since as long as I can remember. As long as I
Uh-huh.
can remember. When I was little, before I was even in elementary school, my next door neighbors were huge fans. And I mean, every game day, it was screaming, yelling. That was back during the really big Arkansas Texas rivalry,
Okay.
and I became a huge fan. Then they went over the top, screaming, yelling, hollering. And I mean, I learned to call the hogs when I was 3. So
I love it. I love it.
I
Since three
always did.
years old. That's a big
Yep.
time fan right there. That's
Yep.
awesome. Well, I'm hoping things turn around quick. Hopefully, basketball can take us all the way to the end and have an
I know.
exciting year this year.
Uh,
Baseball's always going to be good, but we need
yeah.
that football team to get up and running. Okay.
Oh,
We
please.
need them.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Now, thank you so much. Kathy Boone, how sweet is she? I love that. Sorry about the echo. So I normally this thing right here, I have a mic and Josh Throne has it and he forgot to give it back to me. And so I always have to switch a setting that I forget about that I've normally never had to worry about. So sorry about that echo. We got it figured out. Chris Greer, first of all, appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love. You're always trying to look out for us. All right, let's go ahead and get back into the comment section. Once again, if you want to be a part of the show, all you have to do is send me a link and an email. But recruit wise, I'm trying to think in-state guys that we lost. The two guys, if we go back to this right here, Really pumped up that we did get the guys. And I'll finish what I was saying with Kathy. And I don't know that. It's just for all those players to flip so fast. I got a really good feeling. I feel very confident about it that not only were a lot of fans surprised, I really do feel like Ryan Silverfield probably woke up one day and he was just like, whoa, this is easy. I can get players to flip just by showing up. I don't even really have to do much. And I know that may change things because I've been looking at a lot of stuff and a lot of people are just praising. He's instantly got here and he's getting there to make sure that he gets all the in-state players, which I hope is the case. I really hope is the case. Um, but I don't know. I just got to sit back and see how that all figures out. DJ, I figure the echo is because they are listening to it out loud, so you hear them talk on the broadcast. No, it really is me. It's on my end. I would love to blame it on them, and I would love to say that was all their fault. But there is a setting I have on my software that if I have to use my speakers on my computer, to I need to hit that so it doesn't echo on their end. So that was on me. I'm not gonna throw Miss Kathy under the bus. All right, I apologize. Thanks for trying to give me the benefit of the doubt. All right, here we go. No. No. Chris Cave, are you doing this to me again? Again? You want me to relive these games? I'd like to see tape breakdown from classic games you played in 2007 to 2010. Okay, at least you're not asking for the ones that still haunt me today. I'd like to know why we won and lost certain games. How close do you think we were to going undefeated in 2010? Um, close I thought. So man, that 2010 season, man. After that Georgia game, Chris, I think that's when we realized we're special. Like we knew we had something maybe brewing, but we just needed that one win to really be like, okay, let's go. Georgia on the road, Childs, please. Came into that Alabama game, and that was the first year we played Alabama since I was there, where we weren't intimidated. Came out great first half, and then it just kind of fell apart in the second half. I mean, it was so close, and the same thing with Auburn when Mallett got hurt, Tyler Wilson came in, and then Cam Newton was special that year. God, that dude was. I mean, I think we scored 40 something points that game and still lost by like 2.5 touchdowns. That was a tough one. And then Ohio State, my fault. Scoop and score. Don't throw picks. Blah blah blah. That was a fun year. But I'll tell you that year after that 2011 team, that I mean, that was just as good of a team. It really was. That'd be I'll see what I can do. You want to do some nostalgic breakdowns from back in the day when I played or when the Petrino era? I'll see what I can cook up for you, Chris. See what I can do. No, we're not going to show my combine footage. Okay. So, Ebony, you stop sending that and having people try to watch that stuff. No, we don't need no nostalgic 4 or 5. I mean, I can show you a little something. All right. I mean, if you really want it. Hey, let me see what I got going on over here. So it's funny we talk about we all run like the same plays. Arkansas is up 60-48 in the second half right now. Rolling. Gotta love it, Arkansas. Let me see. DJ Williams. Babe, you want to see a little old school DJ? You want to see a little something? Hold on, y'all. Let me let me see if I can get this pulled up. Let me turn this audio down. I ain't trying to hear all that. We got a little ad playing real quick. Stand by. You want to see a little something? Kathy, are you still there, Kathy? You can close the app if you want to. I see you backstage, boo. I'll see. You can stay there if you want to. It's fine. All right, here we go. Let's see this. Let me pause this real quick. So this would have been 2010. DJ needs to make a highlight of 45 his favorite Razorback football player. 45 of his favorite football players. I'm with you, Chris. You know, the train has been done left the tracks. I don't want to go down that route. I'm okay putting the glory days aside, but people are gonna ask for it. You got to give the people what they want, right? Let's see if I can. Let me see this. You ready, babe? Oh, that what is this? I thought this was a screen share. Sorry, y'all. Something's messing up. Oh, there it is. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger. Let's go theater mode. Let me see if we can. No, I'm trying to make it full screen for you. I don't know why that's not full screen. All right, here we go. You ready? I'm gonna see if I can tell you all these plays. So this is my senior year. Oh Lord, it's a mess. Senior year, and that's the last game of the year, LSU. This is against Mississippi State. This play was called 54Y. It was a screenplay set up for the tight end. Had amazing blocks, amazing blocks. I mean, I scored the touchdown, but that touchdown literally was given credit to our offensive line that year, or that play, that is for sure. See who we and this is what made us so special my last year, because yeah, we won some national awards, we did all that fun stuff, but you talk about talent, y'all. The talent was insane. Okay. God, that's so dramatic. Sugar Bowl year. But the cool part was the lineup of guys we had, man. We were stacked offensively, man. Kobe Hamilton, Joe Adams, Jarius Wright, Greg Childs, and then the running backs, Now Davis, Dennis Johnson, quarterback Ron Mallett. Man, that was a squad. Oh, that was a squad. I remember these days. Come on, man. They were special. All right, but so all right, here we go. First one. This is 77 or 78 Shark, I believe. This is Scat 73 Miami. That was our number one tight end play. I had an option right on those. I can't remember that play, but little dude right there was just too little. I know it was called Y Arrow, but I couldn't tell you the whole play call. Come on, little man got to hit the weights right there. Got to hit the weights. This actually was a pass to Joe Adams, right? But Mallett kind of got caught up, and that little dude right there tackling me is the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, long career in the NFL. But you see right there, he tried to throw it to Joe Adams, but just missed under pressure. I just happened to be in the right spot at the right time. And this is what I talk about with tight ends, man. You got to block. You got to block. And I blocked that dude. Look who's the first dude right there in the end zone to celebrate with your boy. Let's go. I love when Now Davis and my guys were scoring touchdowns and doing all the good stuff. But I think I would say out of all the highlights I probably had back in the day, I really am proud of the blocking things. Get that guy out of here. That dude, what's his name again? Oh, I cannot remember him. He's too little, though. Good old Ole Miss. This was called, oh my gosh, this play right here was insane. Okay, so this was called, God, how would I go back to this? I don't even know if I can get. Okay, you know what, Chris, you talked me into it. I'm going to start doing breakdowns of old plays. So this was a check called Rugged, okay? Rugged like a rug, like you pull a rug. Okay, so Coach Petrino knew that if they were in bear defense, okay, so bear defense, I don't know if you can see my mouse on the screen. Can you see my mouse a little bit? Look really close. It's hovering. Here, let me just make this, let me get this down real quick. This should be a little bigger. Let me make it a little bigger. All right, so yeah, see my mouse on that linebacker right here? That's who had me in man-to-man coverage, because they were in bear coverage. The bear covers the tight end. And so we knew if they came out in bear coverage, we're going to try to trick these guys, because even though he has me man, right before the snap, I yelled at Mallet. I said, Rugged. Okay. And so then he echoed that down the line of scrimmage. And so I set out and I blocked the defensive end because I'm trying to bait that guy into rushing. Okay. Because we think if he sees me blocking, then he'll rush. So I'm blocking him, right? But I'm blocking the defensive end, but I'm kind of looking at this guy. And as soon as he sees that, then he takes off and rush. And that Mount has no intention to throw the ball over here to the right side of the line of scrimmage. We're setting this up beautifully. And that guy takes the bait. And that's the cool thing about like the second and third year with the Petrino offense. When you get used to it, we made those checks at the line of scrimmage based off what we saw. Okay. And Mallet was on the same page. Everybody was on the same page. He took the bait, threw it to your boy. Now I got to go do something with it. Make a guy miss, Williams. Come on. Got to do better than that. Georgia, this is a naked bootleg play. Got a little face mask that they didn't even call right there. How do you not call that? You see that? Go back. How do you not call this face mask? What are we doing? Oh, look at that hit. Boom. I miss those days, man. Oh, I miss it. I miss it. I miss it. I miss it. All right, here we go. A little pass pro. This is Mississippi State. They were up by 4 at this point, third quarter. My favorite part of this play is watch Joe Adams at the very end of this get up in KJ Wright's face. Boy, get out my face. Oh, man. Number 27 from Vanderbilt. We ended up playing together at Green Bay. I showed him that play plenty of times. Oh, good old days. This is Mallet showing a little athleticism. Look at him. Come on, Mallet. Ooh, let's go. LSU, little blocking scheme. Get down, 22. God, you're gonna make me start. I'm about to go do some push-ups downstairs or something like this. All right, so this was like maybe lame, but one of my favorite things to do. Whenever I got in a situation like this. All right, so we got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys right there. The whole time I'm over there, I'm just saying, hit the weights, little boys, hit the weights, little boys. I don't know, I'm just doing stuff. No, I mean we're playing. I don't even know what those initials are. Anytime we played a team that was out of conference, we made sure that they didn't want to play SEC teams. We always said it. I think one time we played Tulsa. I hit some dude. It's so corny. I said, "Welcome to the SEC." How lame is that? All right, let's keep this thing rolling. A little naked bootleg play against Fandy back at the end zone. Van Steuben, meet me in the end zone. Ben Cleveland about hurt my neck trying to. He was jumping right there. Quick and easy. Nice little toss. We're only up by 1 on Vandy back in the day. We got to do better than that. We got to do better. Let's go back to Alabama. Mr. Kirkpatrick, get out the way. 2-minute trying to go down and score before half, which we did. Oh, these are things I hated right here. See me, I was a fullback. I hated going into the backfield, part of it. But we got a nice little block. Now Davis did such a good job. Oh, is this when? Oh, man. So young, so youthful. Let's get to the Sugar Bowl. Let's go. Oh my gosh. I'm done watching this. I don't even want to watch it anymore. Can't watch it. See, these plays bring back too many memories. I don't even want to finish it. I'm done. Y'all know what happened on that. We're not even going to talk about it. Whatever. Oh man, we're a mess. I know basketball games going on right now. This was gonna just be short and sweet. Let me check the email, see if anybody. Oh Lord, we got people in the email. He was ranked center. No long video. Okay, somebody's sending me videos. Put them on the map. Okay, I'll look at those. Appreciate that. All right, y'all. I've been on here about 30 minutes. Who recruited me to play at U of A? Danny Nutt. Danny Nutt was the guy who recruited me. I'm going to wrap this up. We're going to keep this one short. We got a lot of Razorback things going on right now, so we're going to focus on the basketball team because it's about time to move on to basketball season. Rough year for the Razorbacks indeed. Hopefully we get that figured out. Let me see what the score is real quick before I let you go. If you want to be updated real quick. Arkansas basketball. Uh-oh. What's happening? We were up by like 20 points. Score right now, 59-66. Oh, they better not. Arkansas currently in the second half getting outscored 30-19. Ooh. All right. Let's see if the Hogs can pull it out. That's basketball for you. I played to the very end. You're never out of it. Got me keeped up right there. Appreciate that, Chris. All right, y'all. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to go watch the game myself. Chris, I'll see what I can do as far as giving you what you're looking for, man. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. As always, have a good one, and thank y'all for always supporting 4th and 5 with that subscribe button. But y'all stay tuned. We got much, much, much more coming. Breakdowns on these new recruits, let you know what you can expect when they step foot at Arkansas, on Arkansas's campus, that is. Y'all have a good one. Thank you.